Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Eddie.
And I'm Kimon.
And today we have something brand new for you guys. It's called the Truth Series. And the topic today is about open relationship.
So what's your view on open relationships?
Well, I think, it really depends. It depends on the partners, like whether they're, I don't know, if they're jealous or, that kind of.
Don't stop. So what do you feel an open relationship is to you?
Well, to me, it means not necessarily being together, but I don't know. Some people saying like flirting on the phone. That's one thing, right? Or some people like it's okay to go out there and have random one night stands with people, and that's okay. So it really depends on the couple. If they agree on it, they can have it. If they don't, then maybe they can meet halfway with it, or don't have it at all.
Do you think it's say healthy for a relationship? And if you think it's healthy, do you think it should start in the beginning, they know about it, or like, say 2 years down the line?
I think when you're so comfortable with each other, like, I guess you really love each other that that nothing can come in between the two of you. I think that's the point when something like that is okay, because if you're not comfortable with each other and you're not trusting with each other, it won't last 100%.
So don't you think others can dispute that? Why are you gonna commit to one person? Say, why are you gonna marry one person just so you can be open to go there with somebody else? What's the point of having a relationship open when you should just be committing to one person, as they say?
Well, it's a good question, right? Because people always tend to have opinions on couples when they're married, what they should do and what they shouldn't do, right? Mm-hmm. But that's your own thing. That's your personal thing. Some people may find it's not healthy, but it's not affecting you. So how is it unhealthy for you, but it's healthy for them, right? If it's okay for them, then it's all about them. It only matters to the couple, right? You and I, if we agree on something like that, nobody else's opinion matters.
But do you think that those couples should share that information with, say, the closest family members or friends? Because what if someone sees something and they don't understand? So do you think it should be shared so people know what's happening, or just keep it to yourself and if they find out kind of thing?
To a degree, because like you said, someone's gonna see something like, yo, I gotta tell her. Should I tell her? Do not tell her?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the people closest to you, the people that would see and feel the need to say something about that, is the people that you should inform about it. You don't have to tell them exactly that, oh yeah, I'm out there doing this and I'm out there doing that. You just say, you know what, if you guys don't come to me about Eddie's with somebody else, because we have a relationship, understanding, we have an open relationship, and whatever you see out there, we don't need it. You don't need to bring it back to us. You know what I mean? We trust each other, and that's it. So what you think you saw, maybe okay with the person. So whatever you just let them know straightforward. But no matter what you see, just don't worry about
it. But in this case, though, do you think, like, okay, for instance, you're used to open relationships and I am not. You think at the beginning of the relationship you should bring that up? How early on do you think you should bring it up to this person that I'm open to this?
I'm open to something.
Yeah, like this is what relationships I've been used to having. How early do you think you should tell this person this kind of relationship I'm used to? Are you open to doing it, trying it, or and do you think you should necessarily pressure the other person to step into the lifestyle you would like to live?
Well, you never pressure anybody. Peer pressure, any type of pressure is no good. Blood pressure, no pressure is good, right? But
pressure cooker good.
Yeah, that's true, because sometimes you have them yard for back home, you a chicken and you need
stew in end. Stew in end. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get a pressure pot. That's good pressure.
Pressure cooker.
Yeah, for Christmas time, like for Guyanese people.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
I got lost in the first question. What was your first question to those two questions?
I said, how early on in the relationship do you think you should tell the person
Right.
this relationship you're used to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
going into a new relationship?
If you feel this is something that has to be part of your lifestyle, like it needs to be part of your lifestyle, then that's something you present at the earliest stage.
Yeah, but what if
Right.
you don't? What if you met somebody and you just started dating, right? You don't know where it's gonna go with this person. Do you really want to tell everybody you're with? Oh, do you think
No.
because you're used to it, you have to do it in every single relationship?
No, but when I said
Yeah.
earliest stage is when you know this is somebody that you want to be with.
Okay.
That's the first stage. I mean, courting is one thing you're talking about. You don't necessarily have to bring that then. I mean, I wouldn't say you shouldn't
Not in the
because
courting
it's part of
stage.
the conversation.
Not in the courting
You don't have to
stage,
tell
because
everybody,
then
but
you
if
can
you
scare the
feel it's
person
something
away.
that you, yeah, but if you feel like this is something gonna be part of your life, it's not really scaring them away. It's seeing if they're open to it.
Okay.
But you know, there's a point in that because sometimes after you start dating, and this person find a feel for you like that, they may tend to be different from when they first met you. They may see you in a different light and might be, you know, lean towards it a little bit. But in the beginning of it, like you said, chase them away. Like if you do that too early, then you haven't given them the chance to feel you yet before you do that. So I'd feel like, yeah, you should not too early, but in the stage of when you
Early enough where when the conversation comes up like
Yeah.
how how faithful, or when the conversation comes up like oh, how faithful you think you've been, those kind of things, you kind of get in there like, okay, I've done this.
yeah.
Or you want to lead like you want to lead saying I've done an open relationship. What do you think about it? And see how they respond to you, because it's not only words the person say. People have to know to look at the person's reaction, because they can say, "Oh, I'm fine," but their face, there's no smiling, there's trigger
Yeah.
lines everywhere, because
Females
you
especially.
hear
What?
you hear them say something,
saying, yeah.
but you don't hear them say something. Most men hear the words you say, but they don't hear you.
I get
See what I mean?
Men be hearing and sometimes don't listen. That's a fact. However, females, you ask them a question. I'm fine. What's that? I'm fine.
Yeah, because
There's
you know
clear
when you
attitude
don't-
there. You're not fine.
No,
Be
but this is not
straightforward.
okay. This is
I'm
okay.
gonna ask
This
you
is
a
not
second
about.
time.
This is not
I'm
about.
not gonna
being-
ask you a second time.
This is not about being fine, though. This is about if you say, okay, I've done this before. How do you feel about it? And their answer, the girl, the lady, or the man, if it's a woman that's done it, may answer with a bit of reserve, like they wanna think about it, but you just pop it up on them. So their answer will mainly be probably like oh, okay, well, I never thought about it. But they now start thinking about it, because they're like, okay, what does that mean? Like, you have to know how to ask them and then explain to them what it's like. Because
Yeah.
being open could mean a variety of anything. It could be, oh, I'm used to always flirting. I'm used to having different sexual partners, whether it's male or female, whether you are male or female. You know what I mean? So the question should be asked, when you say open, do you mean with your sex or with an opposite sex? What do you mean? What line are you on there? You get what I mean? So,
well, it's still an open relationship. Just
the word open is basically means
we're
a variety
covering
of
that
different
exactly. There's different versions. It could be sharing just one person, like regular threesome. You and your partner, just one other person, whether it's a male or a
things.
female.
Like a polygamous
Or you
relationship.
can get a couple in it. Or you can do your individual thing,
Well, we don't do it.
Yeah.
And we don't know what cause they may not feel it's meaningless. They may feel it's just, I'm getting to be on somebody else's body. But they don't take a relationship from it or feel it, but they just take something from it that we can't understand because we don't do it.
A
know
lot
what I
of
mean?
things, there's so many different type of people in this world that we have different fetishes to the point where we wouldn't even understand it. And we talk about it when we laugh about it because we can't get it, because we don't relate. We can't relate to it. But we don't know what's happening in people's mind. So when people have these open relationships and the different options, you're just like, sometimes you gotta try to put yourself in their shoes to understand it.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think you can do an open relationship knowing your mindset is, I'm going to know what you did, there's no way.
I can only do a half open relationship.
So you can do it, I
It's a
can.
very unfair version.
So you can do it, I can do it, I can do it, you can't do it.
I'm like the Caribbean people. curbing, man.
So what you're saying is your half is I can do it, you can't do it.
Sorry?
Or you can do it, I can do it.
I can do.
So you can do without feeling. That's what you're saying.
I certainly can do it without feeling. Trust. But it's not about the feeling part that I'm worried about. I'm not worried that you're gonna catch feelings. I'm just worried that this nigga. Who been there? Like, bro, nobody else. Mm-mm.
You think that person should settle with one if they love the open lifestyle? Do you think it's fair for them to settle with one person? Why settle and commit? Let's say you go and you actually marry somebody that's not in that lifestyle, but they're okay. You show them what you can do. They're okay. Why would you settle? Don't you think you're having a cake and eating it too mentality where you want to have that in everyone's eyes? Oh, I've committed to one woman, but you didn't commit. You just wanted to actually look like you committed. You think it's fair that a man or a woman should actually commit to somebody, even if they agree or not, and then still want to do what they do? Why not just live your life like that for the rest of your life? You know what I mean?
Well, it's never fair to have somebody get married to someone,
Because marriage should
and
be,
having the belief that you're gonna be the only person, but meanwhile you're in your back.
But wouldn't that person know ahead? Well, I guess some people don't know ahead, right? They do,
If
they don't know.
if the person you get married to knows about it and if it's okay with it, then that's perfect for you. That's good for you. If you can't find that person, don't get married. It's either you change or you stay the way you are and be single, I guess.
And do you think if a woman that agrees,
But there's people out there. There's always people out there that are willing to be open to this and that. But I guess at the same time, it has to be something that you are also into.
So your take, what you're saying now is, you wouldn't necessarily be in an open relationship because you don't feel that the other person should do what you do in case they come up and say they want to do it.
The problem is my mind is too vivid. Knowing is my issue. But if I agree, my mind will think that something might be happening. So it's like a deep secret thing inside, like I wanna say okay but not okay. But for you to allow me, that means it's automatically okay. Which means I can't do it.
Yeah, it doesn't become
Because it's
automatic
not
because
okay.
the person may be so content they're okay not doing anything. It's never I don't think it's ever automatic. If you do, I have to do.
But I certainly will not do it, knowing that you are not okay with me doing it.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Yeah, because I'm okay. Because there's different levels of openness. Because openness could also come into play where, we want to add, for one time, for both parties want to add somebody else in there. Just for the fun of it. That's a part of openness. Because you're adding another body into this thing for one time.
Yeah.
Or it could be, do it in the actual open. So publicly show some sort of intimacy to the open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just giving our opinion on what we think an open relationship is because
this
we
is
don't
just
know.
all an opinion.
We are not it. It's basically based on our opinion of what we think about in a relationship. And this series mainly, we're gonna have different topics every week of scenarios and topics that we think may come up in several different types of relationships. And today happens to be an open relationship from our point of view, what we think it's like, and what we think we would do in that situation.
We're not in it.
Yeah.
So anything that we say about it is
It's
only an
not.
opinion.
Yeah.
Right? We have nothing to prove to say, that's a fact. That's just an opinion. The opinion might be something somebody can relate to, and then somebody else may not relate to it. That's an opinion.
If you have a topic that you want us to discuss, for the following the episodes coming up, let us know in the comment section, and we will gladly, oblige. Yeah.
What's that?
Yes. Thank you for watching our videos.
Thank you guys.
Yes. Bye.